Well, I'm overwhelmed. Um, I don't I really don't know how to express to you all the different things that I feel. I want to say one of those things is grateful to God that He has allowed me and my family to be here for 40 years. As Mike said, that's rare. And most pastors and their families move from place to place. It's almost like being in the military, and their families uproot and they go elsewhere, and it's so difficult on the family. And my experience has just been so different. And when I came to the church, I told someone last night, I said, this church has taken so many steps of faith through the years, just immense steps of faith. But probably the greatest step of faith they ever took was when they called me as their pastor. I was 25 years old. I was a single guy. I was coming from a small town in Louisiana, pastoring a small country church. And so I came to this church on this Sunday 40 years ago, and I was overwhelmed then, and the Lord spoke to me through the passage that Kurt did such a marvelous job of speaking on today. What a great message. And so just really a few months after I'd become the pastor of the church, I graduated from Bible school, and I go across the stage, and Dr. W.A. Criswell was the one handing me the diploma. And just as he shakes my hand, all of a sudden there's this roar from the back of the auditorium, and we look up, and there's my church is there and standing and clapping, and you were there when I graduated from school. And then just really a few months later, Carol and I get married, and you were there when we got married. And then a couple of years later, Brett is born, and you were there when our son was born. And then when our daughter was born 4 years later, you were there, and you gave us wedding showers, and you gave us baby showers, and you were part of that, and that's just incredible. And then, through the years, we've grown up together, basically. And I just want to say thank the Lord for giving me that privilege of being able to be here. And I want to thank you. I don't know how I feel overwhelmed in the sense that I'm the focus of this today, when it's us. It's a partnership. I've done my part, but you've done your part. And if you hadn't done your part, I couldn't have been here 40 years. And I'm so keenly aware of that. I'm so aware today of so many people who've been a part of this that really ought to be standing up here and being honored. And I'm sort of representative of all of that and all of you. And so please just know that I am so aware that so many others ought to be here. I'm so grateful, for so many who are now currently with the Lord. Most of the people who were at the church when I came here are now with the Lord. But though we're here today because of the faithfulness and the sacrifice of those folks. I look out and I see many of you who were part of this church family many years ago, and now God's led you elsewhere, but you're back today, and you're part of this. And we are today who we are because of you, and you're always part of this. And so thank you. There are people watching right now on the live stream that you couldn't be here today. Some of you are sick, and you called me, and some of you texted me, and you're ill in the hospital. I got a text this morning from one of our dear deacons in the hospital, Brother Bill, texted me this morning saying, congratulations. Imagine that. That's just incredible to me. He'd even think of me today. And so there's just so many. Our deacons have been such support through the years. They've just surrounded us. They've protected us. They've supported us. It's just been an amazing experience. I'm especially thankful for our staff. Every staff, I wish they were all up here. I think of Chris Barker and Dory. Where are you at? I don't know where they were in here. They were somewhere around here. There he is back there. I mean, Chris has been here 27 years. I mean, that's an amazing thing. He and Dory had just been married not all that long when they came. And so you've raised them too. And, that's pretty amazing. And then Mike has been here, Mike and Joanne, for 20 years. And then Melanie and Scott. I don't know if Melanie is able to be in here. She's our preschool director. She's been on our staff for 20 years, but she grew up in this church. She's been here longer than I have. And so there's just so many people who've been a part of this. And I just want to say that I'm grateful. I feel humbled. But the last thing I want to say is I also feel hopeful, because I really believe that our best days and most fruitful days are ahead. And I really know, I'm more certain of this than anything I've ever been certain of, and that is that God is the one who picked our church up and brought us out here and put us in this spot, put us in this miraculous building at just this moment in time, in one of the fastest growing places in the United States, where there are multitudes moving in all the time who need Jesus. And God has brought you and me here at this moment in time with this mission that Kurt was sharing about today. And you and I just have to have the faith to put our foot in the water, to just take that step. And so I believe our greatest days are ahead. And so I thank you from the bottom of my heart on behalf of my family. And the last thing I want to say is I too just want to say a special thank you to my wife, Carol, who has just been more wonderful than I could ever even begin to share. An inspiration. If you could see just every day how she spends time with God, and just the sweetness and the kindness of her life, the support, the attitude of her heart is just whatever Jesus wants us to do, we will do. And that's been one of the greatest gifts she could have ever given to me and to our family and our church. And I'm so grateful for you, so thankful. I'm grateful for my son and my daughter. They've been here all their lives too. And so they've invested their life. And so 40 years, it's as much about them and their willingness to walk with the Lord and serve the Lord. They could have lived their lives in such a way that created great difficulty for me. But instead, they've lived their lives in a way that furthered our ministry. And I'm so grateful for my son and my daughter and my grandsons now. I can show you some pictures of them in a little bit if you'd like. And so I'm so amazed. So thank you for all these years. Thank you for your love, support. Thank you for being here today. I'm so grateful for that. So God bless you.